Okay, so this week's Raw began with John Cena in the ring talking about how important WrestleMania is. And then the primetime players came out. But it wasn't Titus O'Neil and Darren Young. It was Rufus Pancake Patterson and Darren Young. Which led to a match between Darren Young and John Cena, where John Cena just flat out demolished Darren Young. And then they talked about how Ryback was having this mini feud with Mark Henry. And then Ryback destroyed David Otunga. And then he was taken out of the match against the Shield at WrestleMania. So instead, Ryback will take on Mark Henry at WrestleMania. Okay. Damien Sandow had a pretty solid match against R-Truth, in which he was victorious. Okay. Good to see that. Good to see that. Del Rio had a really solid match against Cody Rhodes. Of course, he was victorious, which then led Jack Swagger attacking him and pretty much putting Ricardo Rodriguez on the shelf. The Undertaker got into the ring. Then we got to see CM Punk do some juggling with the urn. Cut a really solid promo. Beautiful promo with these two guys. CM Punk sustained some minor injuries in his match against Kane, so he didn't actually wrestle, and he hasn't for about a week now. But it was pretty decent to see that. You know, really solid with the way they're trying to build that feud up. The Rock wasn't there, so to make up for it, they did quite a few different little vignettes where they showed John Cena and The Rock talking. Because, you know, the Rock is too busy out promoting movies and whatnot. Sheamus and Randy Orton again took on members of 3MB and destroyed them. The Shield came down to the ring, but that's okay. The Big Show showed up. So now the Shield will take on Randy Orton, Sheamus, and the Big Show. Alright, pretty good. Pretty good. Team Hell No took on Epico and Primo. And then AJ came down to the ring. Kane, of course, still got the victory, and Daniel Bryan got the victory. Then later on in the night, Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler had a match. Again, solid match because they had pretty good match work. And then Team Hell No came down and challenged Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston to a match. AJ jumps in and goes, whoa, we'll have this match, but for the titles at WrestleMania. So, of course, they're having a match at WrestleMania now. And it's probably one of the most competitive matches we've seen on Raw since John Cena took on CM Punk. The triple threat match for the IC title had some beautiful back and forth to it, with Wade Barrett sneaking in and getting the victory on it. Really, really solid. And they also mentioned there's a new person who's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Please work. So, Booker T is inducted into the Hall of Fame. Ironically, one of the most decorated wrestlers of all time because of all his tag team championships. But not that there's Harlem Heat, just straight as Booker T. And they did make a couple of G.I. Bro jokes, which was pretty decent. So then what ended up being the big main event? Well, it was Brock Lesnar and
I am the game
having their contract signing. And of course, Brock wasn't there initially, so Paul Heyman had to do it. Paul Heyman, great back and forth with Triple H. First he said it's going to be the winner gets Stephanie. And then he went, but it should be the loser gets Stephanie. Just great, slimy Paul Heyman. Good job with it. Then Triple H signs it. Entry kind of beats on Heyman for a while. Lesnar comes down. And that's what they actually describe what the stipulations are. It's a no-holds-barred match. With Triple H's career on the line. Huh. So it's nice to see Mania really starting to shape up. Oh, and that Fandango still didn't debut. He made it into the ring this time, though. And they showed his awesome pyro, which is the weird Fandango logo in the background. And since Khali couldn't pronounce his name and Natalya decided to not pronounce his name, he again didn't have a match. But Jericho made fun of him in the back.